Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and in today's video, there is 15 seconds until the Flame Dragon is purified here in Kingdom 333. Hopefully, we're going to get a final first look at the High King system. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you throw us up because it helps out a lot. Man, I timed that out pretty well. Oh my god, and it appeared! Congratulations to HOK Teabag. He is the first High King in the game. Got to give some GGs in the chat. GGs and shout out to Teabag for becoming the first High King in the game. Dude, this is sweet. So we're going to show you everything there is to know about the High King system. That's cool that we got to see that it does appear after the Flame Dragon specifically is purified once defeated. And from what CoD CS told us is that it does become available after, and that it should be available to everyone in the kingdom, which again, I'm on my 333 account here as well. And we'll actually, just so we can kind of knock this out before we look at all the goods, let's look and see if I can observe 333. And if it will also... Oh, interesting. So I can't observe 333 because they're in the home realm stage. So even if I go to Season 2, there's no option for me to go and look at through observing. So that's interesting. So it means that you'd have to go and create an account. Now, the thing we found out about this, and the last thing I'll mention, because I do want to click on everything, look at that, privileges. So the thing is that you, from what we tested, is that it appears that you can create accounts in older kingdoms, but you have to wait, and I'll just show you this real quick. You have to wait until that character gets into the pre-war realm. I think a couple people tested this out. It was yesterday, the day before, and you can actually go into 333 if you go to settings, character management, and then create a new account. You can do it if they're in the pre-war realm because they're technically back in their home kingdom or realm, or a Season 1 kingdom, which is the home kingdom. And so then you can create accounts there. So for those of you that are curious, right, if you're ever trying to create an account in an older kingdom, because you haven't really been able to thus far, that's one of the ways that you can do it. With that in mind, let's go ahead and get to the whole reason why most of you, I'm sure, are here, is because we want to go ahead and take a look at this High King system. So let's look at this. Privileges. Here we go. Here we go. I'm so excited. I'm going to be the second one to thumb up this. Someone already beat me to it. How dare you? So here we go. We got High King records. We're going to take a look at everything. Okay. This is how many. That's cool. So term. Oh, that's cool. It says term started as well. So that's actually pretty dope. Chronicles. What's this? These records tell stories of your military campaigns in each season. Your history will become a legend to be passed down through generations. You have not taken part in any conquest. Okay, so I would imagine this is probably KVK seasons. Special rewards. Gems 2000. Oh, wow. So I guess, is this what the High King gets? Maybe. We'll see. So 2K gems, 20, 30, so what, you get 60 hours of speed ups, you get a territory relocation, and you get 15 level 3 resource chests. Wow. Titles. Oh, let's see. Dude, I wonder, has he already started handing out? He hasn't. So let's look at everything. First, let's look at the info bubble. The High King, Consort, Marshal, and Chancellor may bestow titles upon any lord of the realm. Bestowing a title costs taxes. Interesting. Ooh, what's this? Lords generate taxes by completing daily quests and gathering resources. The High King can spend taxes to cast skills and bestow titles. Okay, so basically, the more active your kingdom is, the more titles that you can rotate. That's an interesting lane, because if you transfer titles a lot and you want players to be able to get specific titles, for example, building speed, research speed increase, where we know that in previous kingdom builders, i.e. Rock, title giving is a massive, massive toll on the management teams for kingdoms, because you basically have to have someone online, or you have a rotational amount of players that are online that are constantly rotating the titles, the higher titles that can then give out those lower titles. Or you have to have a king on that's constantly or again, a rotational amount of kings on, or queens, kings and queens, I should say, constantly, so that you're always redistributing that title. And if each time you redistribute it, it costs taxes, then the more active your kingdom is, depending on how much it costs, of course, will then make it so that way you're able to do a lot more for your people, right? So it's kind of a both sides effect. You have to have a kingdom that's active, and players have to be willing to engage and be active if they want to be able to reap some of these rewards. So it's kind of a both sides way to look at it. The High King can bestow any title. Ministers can bestow the titles of Counselor and Outlaw. A player can only have one realm title at a time. Realm titles are automatically removed upon migration. Okay, that makes sense. So let's look at these. So the ministers can distribute which are basically positive and negative titles, right? That's another way of looking at it. So only the High King can distribute Consort, Marshal, Chancellor, but then the ministers can distribute titles to counselors and outlaws. So to re-go over these, we have overall gather speed, plus 15% for Consort, Marshal, Legion attack, 5, and defense, 5%. Chancellor is resource production, 15% CP recovery speed plus 5%. And then this is where the king and the 3 marshals, so up to 4 people, can distribute these titles for positive and negatives. Now, we know probably the important ones here are really going to be the Archmage, High Scholar, and then Chief Warder, right? Because again, you also want to be able to take advantage of train speeds. This will probably be done during your SLEs, right? Your Strongest Lord events, or any kind of bulk training events, or training events where you would train in bulk. For SLEs, it'll probably be during the training stage that people will be asking for Chief Warder. For Archmage and High Scholar, these will probably just be general ones. Usually it'll be once you start getting to the higher levels for buildings and for research, where you're getting probably to like weeks, months of training, and you'll basically have this title attached before you start those, so to reduce the overall amount of time. Now, these are things to keep in mind, and I want to be very clear here for those of you that may not be familiar with how title giving operates in Kingdom Builders, and I know I briefly said it before, but essentially you have to have someone or a number of people on and available, and what I recommend for something, and again, I'll go over a guide for this more specifically at a later time, but I just want to state that this is something that, for again, if you're a player and you've never been in a kingdom that has had titles, or you've never played a kingdom builder before that has titles, and you have to have someone online to be handing out those titles, it's a lot. So what I will say is, and again, I'll cover this as far as what I recommend kind of doing these things in a guide. Oh, cool, he just popped a 30% gather skill. That's dope. Is be patient with your kingdom, and understand that there's a lot that goes into this, and you have to have people that are dedicated to be online. So what I would say is that unless you are someone who's going to donate your time to give these out, don't go biting the hand that feeds you, if you will. There's a lot that goes into this, and burnout is a very real thing. And I'm going to be doing a number of videos on kingdom management, but this is one of them. Then let's do outlaws. So we have Legion, attack, defense, -3%. Elixir production speed, -5% for Snake. Snail, Legion, march speed is -10%. Rat. I like how they did these with animals too. It's kind of funny. Resource production, -5. Gather speed, -5. And then Donkey is -5 building, research, and train speed, which is pretty massive-ish as far as if you're kind of looking. Maybe even the attack defense too as well for potential fighting. But yeah. Okay, so those are titles. Let's look at gifts. So this is pretty cool. So we're going to look at what each of the gifts have to offer. Can I click on this? Oh, that's so weak I can't see what's in them. Oh, that's an opportunity there for improvement. So no gifts have been bestowed yet. Let's go to info. High King gifts are reset every Monday. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. That it's a weekly reset. That's actually pretty dope. Every Monday at midnight UTC, the High King can bestow gifts upon any Lord of the Realm. That's awesome. So it's not just specific to Alliance members, but anyone in the kingdom can get gifts bestowed upon them. The High King, chests will be sent via mail. Players can receive 1 gift per week. I like that because it kind of forces you to not maybe bulk it to everyone, so to speak. I mean, I guess technically you can if you wait the week, but that's nice. I like how it resets every week and how you can give it to anyone in the realm. Because for me, the way I kind of look at this is being able to give gifts to high contributors, high performers. Maybe you're giving them to some players that are about to hit T4, maybe some people that are working to hit T5. Maybe you're helping out some people that are trying to hit a certain milestone, right? Those are things that can really help. Maybe the gifts provide gems, and maybe you're trying to help your free-to-play players get to their watchtower and their rally beacon at level 25. Those are really important things to consider. There's a lot of ways that you can really approach this. Let's go to skills. So skills, we know that 1 was just used. See, what would be dope is if it showed you. So if there's an active skill going, oh, maybe it does. Let's see. Is there an active skill? Oh, that's cool. So it does show it here. Intensive gathering. Overall gather speed plus 30% for the next 8 hours. Okay, that's cool. But it also would be dope if it showed you in the actual lair as well. But, you know, I'm just... Ooh, what did it say there below the High King? Okay, so High King... Okay, it was just the coordinates. Okay, so let's go to skills. So we have gem exchange. The High King can exchange taxes for gems up to 3 times per day. Oh, look at that. So there's already been some stuff that's been going. So it was 50K. So it looks like you start with 50K. But 3.7K has already been utilized. I wonder if that is that what this costs? I don't know. Unless maybe some titles have already started being distributed, which could be the case. Let's see. No, so no titles have been given yet. And any gifts? No, but gifts don't cost. So okay, so that means what? That could cost 3,700 to cast a skill. Then is what it looks like. Obviously, we can't see now because we didn't go there in time. But we have the High King skill 3 times per day. Each time the skill is used, the amount of gems obtained increases with a maximum of 1,200 gems available per day. But that would cost you 3,600 taxes to do that per day. And I guess we'd have to see what the daily rate is. So you probably would want to like check this every day at reset to see what the average growth rate is. And that's if you're not using any skills or anything that costs taxes for a day, so you can kind of gauge what is your average daily growth or gain of taxes. Banishment relocates a selected lord's city to a random location in their starting region when they entered the season if they have city shield active. Oh, I see. Relocate selected lord's city to a random location in their starting region when they entered the season if they have city shield active. Interesting. So this looks like a KVK thing. Yeah, because it's not the owner room. That's what we figured out. Interesting. To the starting region where they enter the season. Oh, so it basically just forces them back to Zone 1 in a KVK season. If they do not have a city shield active, their city takes plus 5% more damage for 30 minutes. So it's basically a way where you can kind of go back to Zone 1 in your KVK season and start bashing away at the rogues. Exile relocates a selected lord city in your realm to a random location in the Nivola region or to dollar region of the Nivola region full. So what's interesting is that with the battle skills, I just want to point this out. I don't know if anyone is really catching on to this with where I'm going to go with it. Is that what's funny is that the battle skills are basically all anti-rogue skills, right? They're all like ways to deal with rogues, essentially, is what they're doing. So it's pretty funny. Oh, wow. So look at this. You can cast these with gems, too. Interesting. So, yeah, wow. But I can't do it. So it's 500 taxes, or you can use gems to cast. So, which is interesting. I'm somewhat iffy on being able to use gems here, because to me it feels like it's just a workaround for poor kingdom resource management or poor tax management, right? And being able to time things out. Well, like it's almost like you're giving people an out. Especially if, what again, in most cases, will probably be someone who's the High King or Queen is usually going to be someone who spends money. That's what I typically see. And so I am iffy on this. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I am a little against this, and I would actually just like for them to only be able to use tax currency here to start, and then just see how it goes. So the gem thing rubs me a little bit the wrong way. Realm buffs. So we have Intensive Gathering, increases gather speed for all lords in your realm by 30% for 8 hours. And the cooldown's 20, so you basically have like a 12-hour delay. Or recycle. Intensive Construction increases build speed for all lords in your realm by 10%. So that's cool. So that would probably be used when there's particular events that are going on. Probably the same thing with Gathering. But so usually if you're going to pop, so for example, if you're going to pop a build speed or you're going to pop a research speed or a train speed, you probably also want to pop it when there are stones that are dropped around Guardians, right? Or the Darkling warriors, right, that are around Behemoths. So that way you're killing those, you're waiting for a high percentage build speed, research, training speed stone to drop, and then you make an announcement and you tell everyone, hey, we're popping this, like you'd send a mail, Kingsmail, and you say, hey, we're popping this build speed buff for the kingdom, go here and grab this train speed. Maybe you coincide that with a particular event, or you just wait for a high percentage one to drop and then you pop the buff. So there's a lot of ways to use the skills, right? And again, I'll do a deep dive guide on this as well. But we have build speed, resource healing for all lords in your realm, cost -5% for 8 hours. That's actually cool because that could be used potentially during, well, sorry, not wartime, because these are only for your realm. So it may not, well, I mean, if you're doing something where maybe you're doing like war games as an example, then you can pop something like this to maybe have faster recovery, especially if maybe it's, you know, coming up to a season in shorter amount of time. War mobilization increases train speed for all lords in your realm plus 10% for 4 hours. Intensive research speed increased by 10% for 4 hours. Okay, awesome. Let's see what we have here. The High King can spend taxes to cast skills. Some skills cost gems to cast. You can search lords' names to find a city to target with skills. Oh, cool. Wow. So I wonder if that is like this one. So if you use one of these, I bet you click on this and you have to type in like the lord's name or something like that. Oh, look at that, dude. We're finally getting some title appointments. I'm going to look at mail. Oh, dang it, man. I really wish. Oh, look at that. So we already got 15 people that have done this. Titles are already going out now from Teabag. I wonder if he sent a mail first. We can go check and see if he has, because I'd be curious to see what the mail looks like if we get an opportunity to. So, so you can click. So, hey, Freaky ended up getting the Chief Warder. No one's got any negative titles yet. I'm shocked that no one's been appointed to ministers yet as well. I feel like that could be something that happens in the beginning. Declaration hasn't been sent yet as well. Let's see here. Oh, cool. So it tells you about the realm buffs. But again, we haven't seen a mail being sent yet. Yeah. Oh, let's look. Can we look at, where is it? Can we look at Teabag for the frame he gets? Because I'm sure some people are curious on that. Okay, so this is the actual frame. Wow, now there's 27 likes. Let's see if we can look at it, though. I just want to make sure that it pops here. Oh, look at that. So it does. That's a pretty dope frame, right? The High King frame. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah. All right, so I think that's probably it, at least for what we have so far. Oh, nice, another title just got put. Let's just check. Did he do that? So he appointed someone else. He gave someone a negative title. Oh, man, so KR Swung Idol got the negative. Do they have high merits, too, as well? Oh, they don't. Okay, so no, I figured maybe they were doing a lot of attacking. Wow, dude, rough life, man. I got the donkey title. All right, fam. Well, that's it for us. Again, I will, if we get a chance to look at some of the mails that if 333 ends up sending out any in the kingdom, or once maybe all the titles have been distributed, along with maybe some gifts too as well, we'll come back and maybe do a round 2. If, of course, if there's anything else that you'd like to see that maybe we missed covering, let us know in the comments down below. That is going to do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this first look at the High King system. This has been a long time coming. Really excited to show this off, and that's going to do it. So as always, until next time, I'll catch y'all later.